What's going on? Brian, your Fly Mentor, back with another video. Got a good one for you today. This pilot takes off. Shortly after takeoff, starts experiencing some engine roughness. Let's see how he did.
So let's go flying. I reduce the manifold pressure to 30 inches and start to reduce the RPMs to 2,500 by adjusting the propeller. By adjusting the propeller. Now this is precisely what you should not try and do, but I was at an altitude that I would already be in my crosswind turn, so I decided to head back to the airport.
All right, so shortly after takeoff, he's setting it in. He's setting up the aircraft for, sounds like a cruise climb. And then as he's adjusting the prop, all heck starts breaking loose. He says this is something that you shouldn't do. All right, well, what he's talking about is making the impossible turn. And that's exactly what he's about to do here. Now he's already determined that he's at an altitude high enough that he can possibly make this turn. So you notice right off the bat, as soon as he starts having that issue, pulls back on the yoke, pops the nose up, starts bleeding off his airspeed. Recognizes that he's getting slow because he pitched the nose up, he pushes the nose down, right? And he does it like in an exaggerated manner, right? So that he can start building that airflow up, because you can't stall an airplane when you're at 0 G's, right? So push the nose down, get the airspeed up, get some wind flowing over the wings, and it looks like, since it was just after takeoff, this might have a really good outcome.
The gear down, and I hope I just make the field. I notice I'm getting slow, so I push the nose down.
Oh yeah, he's got it made. He's got it made. This is an instance where that impossible turn worked out for him. But for many, it doesn't at all. People end up bleeding off all their airspeed in the turn and stalling the airplane and spinning it into the ground. So this worked out for him very, very well. Gets the nose down. He's not that far away from the runway. He's got plenty of airspeed. He's got plenty of altitude. Everything lined up, just perfect. I know good and well, he had to be sort of just shaking in his boots, but probably would have felt a lot
Stick around to
different
see the
had
look
the
on my
prop
face
actually
when
stopped
this all happens.
while he was
But
still,
first,
that high
let's
in the
take a
air.
look at it from the outside.
He had enough airspeed to bring it back to the runway, land, and roll out and taxi off the runway at the opposite end of the runway. So he had plenty of airspeed. So this is another angle, it's an outside angle of what happened. I just want to see if there's anything that we can see from the outside. Any oil, smoke, anything that we can see from the outside. See what kind of damage we're possibly looking at. Oh yeah, you see smoke immediately. Definitely something catastrophic going on with the engine. He got the field made, so I see why he dropped his landing gear. But sometimes you might want to wait on that. But given circumstances and everything, I think we can put it here at a really good time. That's another thing that you have to think about. If you have an aircraft with a landing gear, how long does it take for your gear to extend and lock in place?
I was in the air for 1 minute, 12
but it
seconds.
also adds a lot of drag too. Very nice touchdown, and very nice. He was able to just roll off the runway onto the taxiway, so that's pretty good. Pretty good scenario. Pretty good scenario. All things considered, pretty good scenario. It's fortunate for him that everything just happened like right there.
The time it took
Right there.
to enter runway
But
30
he also had
and exit
plenty of
runway
options.
08
if you can go back
was
and
2
look at the
minutes,
video,
26
he had
seconds.
plenty of options for.
Let's see my
off-field landing
reaction when
if
that happened.
He decided to land straight ahead, which in flight school that's what they teach you. Anything happens after you take off, find the area straight ahead instead of making that turn. It was a pretty tight turn that he made, but again, it worked out for him. He got the nose down. If he had kept turning after he pitched up the airplane, that's like the natural reaction. Natural reaction is just to pull back on the yoke to gain altitude. So he had kept pulling back on the yoke and making the turn, he definitely started and headed straight, but recognized it quick enough and pushed the yoke forward. So this is the inside view. You can probably see like his facial expressions as it happened. So making adjustments, setting up for that cruise climb. Yep. That got his attention. Definitely got his attention. Recognizes he's getting slow, pushes forward. Fence, over the threshold. See how to make it. You can see he had all those warehouse buildings and everything that was underneath him. So I mean, it just worked out. That impossible turn, it just worked out for him. But he definitely had plenty of options. For landing straight ahead if he decided to do that. So, pilot did good, did great, got the airplane back in one piece, was able to get it to the mechanic. Mechanic was probably like, "Oh my goodness." Further on in the video, there is a big gaping hole in the engine block. Huge, massive gaping hole in the engine block. Fast focus real quick. There you go. Yeah. So the plane's not gonna fly too far, too fast, with a hole that size in the engine block. But good job for the pilot getting it back on the ground safe. Was able to get it to the maintenance shop, get it fixed, and back up flying. Like this video, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.